Now I have coming back, been in the taxi uh, at 8 o'clock. I in the morning I was going to the Dome of Rock, this building that is with gold. That is the picture of Jerusalem. I was there, and I didn't know what to do there more than I should go to a place outside the building and a special place that if you come to Jerusalem you should go there. And I was the taxi driver took me to the bridge, and then I go into the bridge, and I didn't have any stop. I could walk the whole bridge up to the Dome of Rock, and go in there to that area, and I knew where to go because heaven have told me where to go. So I was to where the David's barn was, where he had kept his animals there, and it's an old bad built building, but is what it is in God's eyes. And so it was going to the left, and I was out from any people there. I was by myself, and I sit and look around, and I have taken pictures so you can see where I was. And then it come a man, a Muslim man, and screaming at me. And he say, "You are not allowed to pray there," he said to me. And I say that I don't pray, I look around only and must rest my bad legs, I said to him. And now, and he said, "You can't pray here, it's not allowed." But he don't know how I pray. I have teach you how to pray, and that you should do in those places. You don't need to show people that you pray. You are talking to God inside your mind, and that was what I did. And he couldn't see it, and I didn't hold my hands like I was praying. So he thought I maybe was on my way to start to pray, because Muslims want to show that they are praying. So, and I was first to a building. I am, and when I walk, I can't walk and look up and look around. So I thought I was going to the dome, the Muslims. It's not synagogue. It's this building with the golden roof. I thought I was there, but that was another building. I was on my way to start ring in, and they screaming at me, and they say there was only allowed for men to enter in. And I saw some women sit outside and pray from that building, touching the wall. So they couldn't say anything, but they saw that I look into that house, prayer house, and they were screaming at me that I was not allowed to go in. And then it was on that side where I should go, where heaven wanted me to go. And the golden roof building, it was not just there, it was a little away from where I was, and I was never to this rock of dome, because that was not the meaning that I should touch. So I was to another side of it, and I will place one of the picture for you to see, and maybe I take more of the picture in other episodes. But what I find out when sitting there and I look outside and I saw a Mount of Olive on the other side of the valley, and I know that God, heaven, have told me that it should be a bridge over from the Olive Mount to this temple, a dome of rock, a mountain, and I don't know what is called that mountain, but it should be a bridge between them, and that I see that it is a spiritual bridge that will be built, and I did it today, and I understood today when I sit there and talking to heaven and talking to God, that I have been wondering, why have I never been to this dome, the golden roof building? Why haven't I? This is my 4th time, and why have I not been in any of the other time? God have never told me to go there. But, he say to go to the Golden Gate, and that is in the soil. So it's not in a building, it's a soil that's it's for many decades gone. It's only fragment in the soil of the Golden Gate, and so I haven't known that I can't touch the Golden Gate, but they say touch the Golden Gate, and that's what I did today, because I was sitting in that spot where they wanted me to be, and I understood it. The first time was I on Olive Mount, and the last time I'm here, I don't know if I stay or I'm going back home to Sweden. If it's that's I built a bridge in the spirit way between Mount Olive and the dome of rocks, and because that's the 4th time I come to Dome of Rock, so I connected them today. So you understand what God wanted me to do, or heaven, all together, what they wanted me to do, why they wanted me to come to Jerusalem, even if I am I can't walk, even if I am disabled and no one helping me, and I can't walk in the stairs, so I had to ask people to help me to come down from stairs, but they never. When I standing there and wait for someone that I could ask to help me, no one come forward and say, do you need help with the stairs? No one. And it come groups of Jewish people there and walking, and no one care. No religious. Is nothing in the religious way to see things that they should do more than to hunting money. There is so much more to do that God wants you to do and act. It's not about money. It's to help people. And the help is not, of course it can be some money, but that is not the main thing. Is to know what a person really need and help. And if you have asked me if I have met you in United States when I was homeless and had not $1 on me, and if you have asked me in that time what my need was, it was not money. The need I had was to be comfort, to have people that I know will comfort me and give me a bed to sleep in. I get some bed to sleep in, but that was the devil that gave me, not people that should be working with God. It's very sad to see, and I know today that God wanted me to be disabled, not be killed, and not have, I don't have so much suffering. I'm okay as long as I'm not walking like I did today, because no one helped me. The police say I couldn't enter out from the Morocco gate, and that was also a sign of what's going on, because there was a gate, the name was Morocco Gate, and the police say that I couldn't go there, so I have to walk around, and it's very crazy, because the police say I should go to the Muslims' way to walk, and I had only my hood on, this t-shirt hood on, but they look at me as I was Muslim, and I was walking. I was walking around the whole area on my own without any that helped me more than when I needed to go down in stairs. So and then in the end of my walking around in that area, there was I go to a gate and I ask if I could come to taxi in that gate. And it was so fun, because it was a man from Finland that helped me, and I heard that he didn't speak good English, and I asked him where he was from, and he said Finland, and I can speak a little Finnish, so he was very happy that I could talk his language. So he helped me down in the stairs, or up, it was both up and down, and then he showed me where to take a taxi, and then I go to there, I find one taxi, and the man say in the taxi, he said that I'm waiting for a group of people to bring, he say, and then I sit and rest my legs, and I saw him open the taxi for an old lady, and she was by herself, so it wasn't, he lied for me. He didn't want to take me taxi, and the man that come in the taxi, and I called for him, and maybe it's some sign that he gave me, because he fall in love with me very, very much, and he lived in Israel, and he want to date me, and it feels like it was a sign that when I come out, have done the circle, a man come in his taxi, and he asked me, he said, you can give me whatever you want to give me, he said, when we come to the hotel, and he gave me his business card, and he want to meet me tonight. but I think he was not the right man. But I could see, it started to working there, like it's time for me to get a man in my life, a husband, somewhere in this world. It seems like that because he was so much, and he kissed my hand and everything. He started to be in love with me immediately, and he say he was 51, and I say, you're too young for me. I say, I'm 70 years old. But he was in love directly to me. So I have a hope that it will come now when I have healed the circle. I have healed the circle for my ancestors to come back to Israel. I have done that when I was to the Wailing Wall, and I placed much DNA there. And then I was to this rock of dome or rock place, and then I get the spirit bridge going over from that place, from that mountain to the mountain Olive. So there is a bridge today. So I'm very happy, and I'm very tired, because when the spirit is moving in you, that you be very sleepy after, tired after. And I was walking. It's 11 o'clock when I come back to my hotel, and I was going with the taxi 8 o'clock, so about 3 hours were I walking, but not walking the whole time. I sit and rest a little, but very much walking. So I start to be healed. And I was thinking when I was there walking, and I couldn't find my way out from the area, and I was like I did a circle around the dome there, and finish my circle to be there. Isn't it amazing? I am only human, and I am so surprised, and I'm thankful that heaven have shown me and told me everything of this. It started already when I moved into my new apartment, after that a car drove over me, and I was standing in the empty apartment to look around where I should place my furnitures when I move in. And when I'm standing there in the empty home, like a house, there come a message from heaven, and it told me that this will be a gathering place. It's to put together all those ancestors that want to come back to Israel. But I didn't know what it was the first time when they say that. But then it's come this with my podcast, and they started to come forward and talk to us. And in 2016, when I was in Jerusalem, they told me that I should do my DNA. And doing twice my DNA, I find out that all of them is going down to Virgin Mary and her line, but also to Joseph. They belong to my family tree. And it's many that is coming from Israel, but not everyone have the line of Jesus in their family tree. It's different. And going to the royals in Russia, and then over to Sweden. And so I hope you can listen at all the episode I have done. And if you're missing some episodes, some is missing in the story, there is, I have the podcast 2020, 2021, 2022 on YouTube. There you can find it and listen at it for free. So thank you for listening. It's a wonderful day to know that I have ended this struggle. And in that way, it really doesn't matter for me where I'm going to live my time here on earth. It doesn't matter, because I have done the work today for heaven, for God. And I have tested these people that is no one to help me. It's sad, but that's what my work was. So God bless you, and thank you for being my follower and listen. And I hope you can listen to all the episodes, because it's much to learn from it.